You don't want to forget the most crucial steps when motor building on a Harley Davidson. Make sure you don't pack it too tight. Ryan KRUESI, KRUESI Originals, back at you one more time. On this episode of KRUESI Originals, we're going to be putting a 128-inch big bore S&S Cycles big bore kit in our 2020 Lowrider S that we are going to be giving away once this bike is done. That's right, we're going to be giving this bike away once it's done. Don't ask, how do I enter to win? Because you can't. Not until the bike is done. Once the bike is done, we will post a big thing about how the bike is done and all that, and then sticker packs will go live for sale on our website. Every sticker pack you buy gets you a chance to win this motorcycle once it is all done. And with a large piece of the proceeds going to the Coast to Coast Run, which is a veteran organization raising awareness for fallen Special Forces members and their families and help them out with all that kind of stuff. It's also an awesome run and a party that goes from West Coast to East Coast, and if you get in on it, it's pretty wild. We also will be giving some more money to Dave Chase, a guy that got wrecked. He used to work for us. He got in a pretty bad motorcycle wreck and isn't going to be coming back to work for a long time. So we're just been doing this to raise money for him, basically, so he doesn't have to work and don't have to worry about it. He can just heal. That being said, I'm going to thank the sponsors. It's time for shameless sponsor plug. Are you ready? Legend Suspension. We've got the Legends coil in the rear, the monoshock. S&S Cycles with the 128 cylinders. Our pistons, we'll be getting to that. S&S Cycles with the cam chest. We already did that in the last video. We've got Jade Affiliate cuts the wheels. Those are KRUESI Original Skynets. Our wheels, our wheel cutter sponsored them for us as well. Green Brothers Designs, we're going to be putting some of that stuff on. Twisted Tea Industries, we'll be putting their new mini floorboards on. Those are super dope. Ooh, 518 Designs, they do our logo on the side of the tank. CRD Paint. CRD Paint, right Trent? CRD Designs, that's what it is. He does the paint work for us, super nice. And Stealth Pipes, we're going to be putting a Stealth Pipe on this as well. That's coming. Saddleman Seat Company, can't forget them. We've got a tuck and roll, tri-gripper, pimp seat that's going on this thing. I believe that's it sponsor-wise. Am I forgetting anybody? Nope, and on that note, we're going to get down to business. Today we're going to be setting up the top end. Hopefully kind of get the whole motor together. We won't be able to run it today because we still have to polish. We're going to polish the exhaust ourselves. We do like a semi-machined polish. It looks pretty dope. But we're going to get the top end together. I'm going to be walking Matt walking him through doing it. He's going to be doing the work. I just had neck surgery. You guys know about all that. I can't really do shit. So I'm going to be right here. Matt's here. It's going to be a hell of a learning lesson. Let's roll. Twin cam, like I've done a million twin cams, and how I set twin cam rings up. The rings on this S&S 128 kit for an M8 are completely different though. It is 20 to 24 thousandths for the top ring, and the second ring is 28 thousandths, 24 to 28 thousandths. That's a huge ring gap. So I gotta do some grinding. Hell yeah. This piece of plastic shit, this is what holds the lifters in place. I've seen these broken. We've had guys buy brand new bikes from up the road and then bring them down here for us to build, and these be broke already with like 60 miles. These are trash. If you're doing a cam, you got to swap that stuff out. The whole thing. Give me step one. Step one. Step one.
Motorcycle on a lift and secured with some damn straps.
I don't need you to read.
You really want me to go going down?
You know where you should be right now.
All right. Cuffs?
You're just showing me this piece of paper. I don't know what you want me to do with it.
S&S tappet cuffs are marked front and rear. Front and rear. Start with the rear cylinder, insert a 2000 feeler gauge between the tappet and cuff to prevent the cuff from rotating and binding on the tappet when the screw is tightened, as shown in picture 1.
Let's do those things.
Bad, dude. I don't even know what I just read. Comprehending shit just sucks.
We pay him money. I'm just kidding. No, we don't. Mr. R here. We'll pretend Mr. R stands for Ryan. Mr. R drops on like that. Give me some red Loctite. I'm not gonna f with that blue in this situation. All right, so this guy screws in here. And what it means by, you can't just throw this in here anywhere. It needs to be, when you tighten this, you're tightening in this direction, so it's gonna rotate this when you torque it, right? So you need to put a feeler gauge between this guy right here, which how in the fuck am I gonna fit that in there? That guy goes like that. Nope, you got a torque spec for me? Torque wrench set up?
Tighten the screw to 100 inch-pounds and remove feeler gauge. Front cylinder.
And fucking header dot. This one's going to be rotating this way, so she needs to be on this guy. That's it. S&S new tappet guides right there. Time for some cylinder heads. I'm going to try and figure out the oil lines because I cut those in half. Hopefully I can fix them. Torque sequence on an M8 is considerably different than a twin cam, which I know a twin cam by heart. I've been doing them forever, but it's also been the same Evo twin cam. It's always been the same when you're running metal head gaskets. This, way different. It's like 10, 20, 30, back off quarter turn, then it goes 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, then to 45 foot-pounds, which is a shitload on a set of heads. We do twin cams to 42, and that's pushing the limit. And then you're supposed to let it set for 15 minutes, then hit it with 45 foot-pounds again. They got some serious head studs in these things, and they got some serious head gaskets in them. Yeah, it does, don't it? Feel like you're gonna snap it off?
Yeah.
Matt's over here sweating. Pat, first time he's ever done this, so he's just in a stress level 7.
15-minute wait.
Done, huh? Nope, back that thing off right there to 0, and it sucks. I don't want to wait 15 minutes.
This is a good time to have one of your meals.
Just ate.
Man, too early.
I'm gonna go outside for a relaxation session, maybe.
Let me smoke a little grass.
Hey man, I said an extra drink. Oh yeah, fuck yes. S&S stud conversion. Normally they have a bolt that goes in here instead of a stud, and the bolt retains too much force somehow, and it pops these off. These standoffs break off a lot when you put a big cam in. So if you do any kind of cam, it's a really good idea to put these guys in along with these retainers down here. This is just some of the heartache of owning a, oh shit, give me the next one. 30 seconds left. I've owned an M8. You can make a lot of power with them, but they take a lot of tough to make them not shit because they're kind of cheap made pieces of shit that just make good power. Once you get all the good stuff, get them kind of bulletproofed, as they would say. Pretty nice. These guys are 60 inch-pounds or 5 foot-pounds. Inch-pounds is a lot more accurate. Do the other side. Go get the other side started in there. Get some red Loctite on. Get them threaded down. I just set up the first set of push rods. They got to bleed down. I set them up like I would do a twin cam, which it's the same amount of throw. I'm almost positive it's the same exact lifters and all that shit. He's looking up to make sure I'm right, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So I'm gonna let these bleed down. It'll probably take about 15 minutes. We'll take a little break. We'll come back. I'll knock the front ones out. Then we're gonna try and get the rocker boxes on as quick as possible and probably call it a day after that. 11-1 compression, 128 inch motor with a 475 cam. It's gonna make probably 140, 150 foot-pounds of torque, I bet. It's gonna scream. And you can win it. So stay posted. I'll be back. I'm gonna take a break.
Alright, now go straight.
So we had to stop because I ripped the intake seals trying to get the intake in. The intake is a real bitch to get in this, and you know, I ripped it. That's what it is. And we ain't got none. They're on fucking back order also. They got some at the other spot. All right, we got some coming from another shop. So we're hitting a pause on the motor because I can't really do anything with that. We got to put the intake in before we put the top boxes on and all that shit, or it won't really fit in. It's a real bitch then. So Matt just polished up. We do like what I like to call an industrial polish on the stealth pipes. They come in raw stainless, and we also do like full polish on them where we sand them down and do like a showroom mirror polish. But we do where just the raw form. We have a big industrial polish wheel here, and we just polish it raw, so all like the regular metal marks, the sanding marks and all that shit are kind of in it, but it blends out really nice and it looks sick as fuck, dude. It looks like it's polished, but Road Warrior polished, if that makes any sense. Like Mad Max polished that shit up to put on his war wagon. But Matt just finished it up. Doesn't take very long, a couple hours or something like that. He knocks it out pretty good. We don't polish the welds. We leave that kind of just raw. And then the rest of it, it just kind of gives it like a silver sheen, would you say? Yeah. You know, then once they get hot, they turn super gold. So it's going to look really nice with this kind of satin gold that's on here. It'll be less chromish gold and more of like a raw gold nugget. I'm going over all the shit that we've got in this bike so far, kind of catching up on the paperwork side. Matt is doing the rocker boxes right now. We just put the stealth exhaust on last night. He polished it, so if you look close to this, I like to call this like an industrial polish because they kind of Scotch-Brite. It's all spun stainless, so it kind of has this, I don't know, line to look to it. And then we just hit it on, we have a big industrial polishing wheel, and we just hit on the polishing wheel. We leave the welds, we don't polish those, but we just raw polish it. So normally you would sand this down to like a mirror finish, like 1000 grit, and then polish it so it looks like chrome. But I don't want it to look like chrome. I want it to just look like a shiny piece of industrial metal. You know what I mean? Like, so also this will turn a really nice gold when you do it this way, kind of more of a satin gold to match that instead of like a chrome gold. That'll be nice. I don't know what's left. Did DynoJet email that tune?
No, not yet.
Waiting on those guys. They're supposed to be emailing a tune over for us, and then we do ride it and do some diagnostic and then probably retune it. But I think that's it, man. We're just gonna keep working. So.
Yeah, you remember when Matt started working here and he would sneak his way into the background of almost every shot?
Oh my god. Yeah, watch old videos of Matt working here.
Now,
he'd be sweeping and then the camera would come near him and Matt would just put the broom down his butt.
Now look at you, bud.
I don't know what you do.
Now you're front and center, Matt.
False, dude.
Now you're front and
on
center.
standby for cleaning duty.
Now-
Standby for cleaning duty.
Yeah.
You ain't on standby for cleaning duty around Iron Cruise, you ain't doing something right. So that's what I was doing.
Well, how does it feel to be
standby.
front and center now, Matt?
I mean,
Did all your dreams come true?
the hell no. It's just shit talked all day.
Oh, it's not that bad.
It ain't.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you really do blow my mind, but just, you know, What?
We had one of those moments yesterday.
Throttle cables. Then left my torque wrench torqued down all night long, so that's ruined. It's only $800 out the door.
Oh man, come on, Matthew.
Working for free for a month.
Jesus.
Fine. The snap-on guy will be here today, and it'll be fine. 140 inch-pounds is the upper rocker box screws.
What's that in foot-pounds?
I don't know. Probably like 12.
No, it's not going to go up 2 more foot-pounds because...
Comment below what you think it is.
Because 5 foot-pounds is 60, so go up.
Probably 180.
Here, I'm gonna Google it and then...
I think our math is right at all. Well, it's 12 inch-pounds per foot-pound. So if you got 14 times 12, it'd be 14 times 12. 14 times 12.
Let's see. God damn it.
168. 168 inch-pounds is 14 foot-pounds. So what is it, 140?
Yeah.
Oh,
close.
Close.
That was close.
We are about to put on an S&S intake for the M8, this M8 Softail. We just got done with the rocker boxes are done, the wiring's all plugged back in, the mid controls are back on. We still got to put the Twisted T Industries floorboards on. We're gonna do that in a little bit. He's gonna get this intake kind of knocked out, and then me and Trent got to go to a lunch meeting with Law Tigers and the dude that runs the Rocky Point rally down in Mexico. So come November, we might be doing a little something down in Rocky Point, Mexico that y'all could be involved in. That's gonna be pretty awesome. It's just a little hop, skip, and a jump over the border. Real fancy, real nice. It's a good time. Look at that. Man. If you're ever in a motorcycle accident, they'll turn your bad day into a payday. Law Tigers.
I ain't breaking no more bolts.
You can snug them up though.
Lock tight. On that note, me and Trent are going to a lunch meeting with Law Tigers and I believe the mayor or something of Rocky Point, Mexico. We're gonna leave Matt here to do something and we'll be back. And I'll touch base with you when we get back and I'll kind of let you know what's going on, maybe just a little bit. So, we just got back from a meeting that I am real excited about and I'll talk about it in a second. Matt got the oil lines on, the intake is done, the exhaust is done, the gas tank is together. I'm loaded. And this thing is almost done right now. We just had lunch with the mayor of Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco. Not really the mayor, but he runs shit out in that motherfucker, right? So the Rocky Point rally goes down in November down there. It's a huge event. I don't know, tens of thousands of people. It's big. It's on the beach. It's motorcycles. It's mayhem. I think we're going to be putting on a competition down there. It's going to be dope though. We're going to go check it out. We're going to go down next weekend, I think, and check out the property, make sure it's a good enough spot for a stunt spot. It's going to be right on the beach in the middle of the shit. Cross your fucking fingers, everybody, because you're going to hear it first right now if this shit is going to happen. If the spot is good, Battle at the Beach, presented by KRUESI Originals and Law Tigers, is going to be fucking going down. It's going to be amazing. It's only like 45 minutes across the border. It's paradise. It's white sands. It's getting a massage on the beach for 20 bucks. And whiling out with motorcycles. You know what, on that note, that one that I don't even remember what was before this note, but I'm done. We're gonna call it a day. We're actually gonna do another podcast right now. That's right, we're gonna do another podcast right now. They're coming back, just another update. We're gonna try and get back on schedule with that, but it's hard. But here we are with the bike as it sits right now. We've got the motor is assembled. We can't fire it because we don't have oil filters. They're on back order, but should be coming soon. Bags are done, wheels are done, suspension's done, fairing is final mounted. They had already had cut this out, so I just kind of cleaned it up and made it look like a circle. It's not real great, but it is as good as it's gonna get. It looks nice from over here. This is done. We need to get pins. We're putting the Twisted Tea Industries adjustable floorboards on. These things are pretty dope. This could be like in the next video. Little mini boards, they're adjustable too, so you can like set them forward, backwards, whatever you want to do. Pretty nice. I'm pretty excited about that. But we got to get pins because this thing had floorboards on it, so we don't have those. Man, I don't know. I think that's it.
Brakes.
Huh?
Brake lines.
Oh, we're waiting on brake lines. Those are also on back order, but we're going to get those pretty soon. And I think that's it. Remember, stay posted. When this bike is done, sticker packs will be live for sale on our website for 1 week only. When that week is done, the shit is done. Every sticker pack you buy gives you a chance to possibly be given this motorcycle. And it helps out the Coast to Coast Run, which is a veteran organization for Special Forces guys, fallen Special Forces guys and their families. And it helps awareness for those guys. And we're going to give some more money to Dave Chase. And it's going to help us build another freakishly wild motorcycle that we could give to you. That's right. You could win this shit. You could straight up be riding on this thing. 128-inch motor. Crazy fucking suspension, chain drive. It's geared. It's going to be a tire frying, very overpowered fucking motorcycle, but it'll be really fun to ride. So stay posted. Ring that bell, like, subscribe. KRUESI for all your motorcycle needs. Peace!